A long time ago, me and my brother Jesus started this long and lonesome podcast in the middle of the road. What's going on, Full Hill Podcast? I am your host, Donkeytron. That's where you can find me on Xbox Live, playing Elder Scrolls all the time. I'm joined today by my co-host, ex-co-host, whatever you want to call him.
I still come around, man.
Yeah. The Juice himself.
That's right. Monsoon.
What's going on, Monsoon?
Brother.
What's going on, brother?
Not much. Just here. We're going to talk some wrestling.
That's right.
Monsoon.
Oh, shit. What's going on, Monsoon? Sorry about that.
Fuck.
No, the thing wasn't muted over here.
Okay.
We're all good. It just wasn't muted. Thanks a lot for joining me. It's the 2-year anniversary of the Full Hill Podcast, so that's why you're here today. That's
crazy.
why we're here today. It's been 2 years.
Crazy.
Since we started this.
Years.
Since we hit record.
Yeah.
On my phone.
Mm-hmm. And we've look how long we've come.
Yeah, I actually uploaded the video the other day.
You got a whole studio.
Yes, I have a whole studio.
Now it really is Full Hill Studios.
Yeah. It really is.
Yeah.
And I think I've turned it into a nice little place to chill and have fun in and watch fights.
It's the chill zone, man.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. I like it. I like what it's become.
I'm happy with where you've taken Full Hill Podcast. I'm really proud of it, and I'm glad that I could be a part of it.
Yeah.
I'm glad that I helped start it.
Yeah, for life, brother.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think that once my schedule clears up a little bit later on in the year, I'd like to come back and do this a little more frequently.
Yeah. I'd definitely love to have someone do more wrestling stuff with me, just to bounce ideas off of.
Yeah, and just resume the role of your co-host.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely going to do results shows still for UFC.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think you're going to be keeping up with those. It's a lot. I'm telling you right now, it's a lot of time.
I know it's a lot of time.
It's a lot of time. Like, sometimes I'm like, why am I fucking watching these fights 2 times? Because it's hours and hours of just fucking time that I'm spending watching the fights over and over again, which is awesome, you know. I get to keep up with everything and break everything down and let everyone know what's up and give them my ideas, but sometimes it's like I don't have time to be watching these fights, sitting here I have time for the 7 hours, but then I have to cut another like 3 hours out to watch them again and speed through them, give them a speed run real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean that's dedication.
Yeah. I like it though. It's fun. It gives me something to do, keeps me away from the heroin and the methamphetamine.
Crack.
Yeah, and the crack. It keeps me away from all that stuff. It gives you a hobby, you know, something fun. That
I mean, you haven't traded all your equipment for crack.
No, I haven't yet. There's still time though. It's only 2 years. But yeah, thanks a lot for joining me, dude. I really want to have you on for this episode.
Yeah. I wanted to be here.
I totally forgot it was the 13th. I thought it was like the 20-something. And then I'm like, you know what? Let me check the date online. Because the first day that I uploaded the video, that it should be on there, the first video. And I checked and it was the 13th. And I hit you up yesterday, I think it was, or Wednesday. And I'm like, hey, dude, Friday's 2-year anniversary of FHP. I'm like, I'm canceling whatever I have. I'm like, I'm going to be a dick to whoever, but sorry. Like, I didn't know it was the 2-year anniversary.
Yeah, so. And it was kind of last minute, but we're here.
Mm-hmm.
And
we're queer, and we don't want any more bears.
Yeah, let's keep that bear patrol
Keep
going.
that. The bear tax.
Well, I pay the homeowner tax.
Yeah, I pay the home. You pay the homeowner tax, Dad.
Good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff, dude.
No, but yeah, it's been a crazy 2 years. But my journey as to why I left, what I went to pursue is almost over and be over by the end of the year. And I'll be back more. Take over my co-hosting duties once again.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah, and that's something we've often talked about too. So it's not news to you.
Yeah, no.
I don't know.
So have you been keeping up with wrestling? Wrestling?
Kind of. It's hard though. It's hard because WWE sucks.
Yeah, it's hard. it's hard to keep a positive mindset, especially reading all the negative stuff. I try to find the positive and stick to the positive, and I will talk about what I don't like and why they should change it, but I don't like just start talking shit about it and then just move away. I try to give my idea as to why it would work better if they veered away instead of doing Ellsworth wearing Asuka's fucking. Asuka should have won that match. Or
I'm not crazy about Ellsworth in the role that he's in at this point anymore, because they had already removed him from Carmella.
Yeah,
and I think that they maybe could have used this opportunity to bring him back for another role.
It did, but it leads more into their fucking thing about having shitty heel champions. This is a weak heel champion. They were doing the right thing by getting Ellsworth out of the picture and then having her win the championship, and they could have carried it on and made her stronger and actually have her win matches. But then they're like, hey, we don't believe in her, and the way to make her win matches is to bring Ellsworth back.
Okay, but if they don't believe in her, then she shouldn't be champion.
They're gonna take that off of her. I think she's a transitional champion, Asuka.
Yeah, I guess.
And I think the lack of creativity is like, hey, let's bring Ellsworth back for this run.
I guess they're waiting for the big pay-per-view, which is SummerSlam. That's one of the big four, and that's coming up in August. So I guess that's when they're going to make the transition. I'd be surprised if they don't. I was going to say maybe they can throw in Charlotte Flair in there somehow, but she's still out, right?
Did she have some kind of surgery? I haven't seen her in a while.
One of her implants broke.
That's what it was. Okay.
It's funny, but
she was out shooting for ESPN or the Body Issue, wasn't she as well?
Yeah, she did that.
Yeah,
she did that. But I think she had to have that corrective thing done, and I don't know when she's set to come back. But I would have to think that by SummerSlam she'd be back. But I don't know.
She's definitely not gonna have a match by then. You think she debuts, comes out?
Well, I mean, how do they use her?
It's still kind of far, right? Well, when is it?
Probably mid-August.
Yeah,
it's not early August
because their Extreme Rules is this Sunday.
Yeah, and this
on the WWE Network.
Yeah, and this is mid July, so I would think SummerSlam is a month away.
Yeah. Or else then it wouldn't be SummerSlam. I don't know what it'd be. And so Brock has no match at Extreme Rules. He has one at SummerSlam where he's going to drop the title. And we can get a little bit more into SummerSlam / Extreme Rules. But I want to get your view on, did you see this past weekend's UFC? You definitely heard about it. What happened?
Yeah,
even if you didn't see it, you heard, and I'm pretty sure you didn't take it. And
I heard about it with Brock confronting.
Did you
DC?
see it or no?
I had it on in the background, but I wasn't really paying all that much
attention. Did you see
attention.
the fight though?
I saw bits and pieces.
Okay,
of it.
So DC and Miocic, Stipe's kind of winning, pressing forward. And DC's kind of taking the shots, kind of getting pushed forward against the cage, kind of feeling Stipe out, is what he said. They engage, and he gave him the underhook.
Yeah.
And he kind of like loosely gave him the underhook, and then they disengaged, and he got him with a right hook. And he sat him down, and he followed it up with a couple shots, and the ref ended the fight.
Right
after, and he was out, so they put him in his corner.
I saw that.
And then DC takes the mic. Joe never gives up the mic. No one ever gives up the mic. You can see in other promotions in Bellator, Jimmy Smith refuses to give up the mic to Bonner, refuses to give up the mic to Tito Ortiz. They're yanking at it. They're fucking trying to take it. Eventually, they brawl in the ring. Like Tito Ortiz and Stefan Bonner.
Yeah.
They go at it in the ring because Stefan Bonner says something about Tito Ortiz's wife. He's like, I don't know how Jenna put up with you this whole time.
Holy shit.
Yeah, no, they went at it pretty bad. So they cut a promo, and DC actually gets the mic away from Joe. He's like, hey, Joe. He's like, can I please get the mic? And Joe respectfully gives it to him. It's his moment, dude. He's got 2 fucking belts, and he's a professional. Joe knew he wasn't going to do anything stupid.
Right.
So DC gets the mic. And he's
or
like,
Joe was in on it.
Yeah, or Joe was in on it. So he's like, everyone listen to DC, listen to DC, listen to DC. And he's like, there's this guy that I never thought I would be able to face. He's a NCAA champion, pro wrestling champion, and an ex-UFC champion. And he's like, Brock, get your ass in here. And then Brock gets in there with his stupid-ass pants tucked into his boots, with his weird suit, with no tie, and then...
Yeah, he's a country boy, man.
So here's the thing.
He's got country boy written all over him.
I don't know how much this was planned. I know it was planned to the point where whoever won, Brock was going to go in and either be challenged or challenge them. Mm-hmm. If Stipe won, Brock would have challenged him. If DC won, DC was going to challenge him because DC's more of the professional showman guy. He likes pro wrestling, and he was going to cut that promo.
Yeah.
And he was going to try to cut that promo. So the fact that DC one only gave him the opportunity to cut the promo on Brock instead of Brock cutting the promo on Stipe. So and Brock still cut the promo on Stipe. He called him a piece of shit, and he said he's nothing. Brock said that in the ring.
Yeah.
And he said DC ain't shit, but he shoved him really hard. And I don't know. This is why I'm saying I don't know how set up it was. To the point where they knew Brock was going to come in, they were going to challenge, and they were going to face off. But at this point, Brock shoves the shit out of DC, and DC almost flies back, almost falls, but catches himself. And then Rosando, this guy's striking coach, like he's short as fuck, pushes Brock and doesn't move him. And then Brock calls everyone a piece of shit. And then DC gets his little shove in, his little joking shove in, knowing that they're gonna fight and knowing that he's the more experienced and the more talented of the two martial artists. Yes, Brock has size in wrestling, but DC has striking, wrestling, technique, and other techniques as well as kicking and submissions.
Oh yeah, I would have DC over Brock.
We've already seen Kane, Brock, and Kane is an exact version of DC. Like they're literally almost the same shit. Like if their fighting style is almost the same. Maybe a little bit more wobble, or not wobble, but like side to side movement by DC.
Yeah.
But what do you think? Was it super scripted, or
was it a work?
Yeah, it was definitely a work.
It was a work. I think that if it's weird how, because he wouldn't have been able to talk to DC before and been like, hey, if you win, let's do this.
Yeah.
Like, he would have had to know that he was going to win. Which makes UFC look a little weird.
Yeah, right.
If you really think about it.
But I think he would have cut a promo on Stipe if Stipe would have won. I think he would have gone in there and he would have been given the opportunity to challenge him.
I suppose, and maybe it wouldn't have been... It wouldn't have been what actually was, with all the crazy
real,
shoving.
Kind of a real half/slash put together
like
moment.
Like a work shoot.
Yeah, work shoot. Actually, you know what I think would have happened if
he would have just went in there and challenged him.
Yeah, what would have happened? I think
it would have been a very tame.
I think Joe would have been like, and this just announced the next challenger for the heavyweight championship is Brock Lesnar. Brock, please come into the octagon. I think they would have done something like that.
It would have been a lot more tame, a lot more organized.
Oh, Stipe, would have been tame as fuck unless Brock came in and pushed him. But
the only thing I can say is probably Brock went and talked to DC. They're like, hey, if you win, let's do this. It'd be fun. DC being a pro wrestling fan, and he was like, yeah, I'm all in. Let's fucking do it. Yeah, all right. And they probably did it.
Yeah. Brock's huge though. And he's in the testing pool, and he'll be ready by mid-January, I believe.
Yeah. Or
something in January. So, a lot of people are pissed. A lot of quote-unquote purists of the sport, as they want to call themselves, that are, in my opinion, uneducated to the sport.
Yeah.
Because they want to say, why is pro wrestling involved? Guess what? It's been involved since the fucking beginning of Pride. And I've said it over and over again, and I will continue to say it over and over again. That's how they got eyes on MMA and Pride.
Yeah.
They had wrestlers fighting real fighters, and the wrestlers were getting their asses kicked in a lot of instances. We have different scenarios where Alberto Del Rio got his fucking head kicked off when he was wearing a mask in Pride by Crow Cop.
Yeah. Nakamura's
gotten beaten by a Gracie.
Yep.
Ken
I mean,
Shamrock was
obviously Brock, Ken Shamrock, Ken
was
Severn.
Dude, I was introduced to Ken Shamrock first to the WWE as a mixed martial artist before I knew what a mixed martial artist was. I just thought he was like a martial artist of sort. I don't know exactly what.
And then even in Japan, it's a lot. You see this a lot more with likes of Bob Sapp, Don Fry. Off the top of my head, I can't really. I mean, there's a lot of examples there, but off the top of my head,
People that want to complain and cry about it, like I don't get it. And they call themselves purists, and I guess purists meaning that they want to keep the sport pure to what it is now, to what it has become, but it's become an entertainment.
yeah,
sport.
I don't think that they understand what a purist actually is.
Yeah.
And I think it's just people getting pissy about
They want it to
unnecessarily.
They want it to stay what it is now. They don't, but they want to forget about the past because the past is too much like what it is now. Now they have guys coming in from WWE, CM Punk, Brock Lesnar.
Mm-hmm.
We've had.
I mean, there's a lot of crossover. Yeah, even Lashley.
Dude, Lashley's done it.
Was
Ortiz has done it. Rampage has done it.
He was fighting in Bellator what, a year ago?
Yeah, dude, they've all done it. I think Colby Covington did it last year. They still do it now because it gets eyes. People watch this and then they're like, hey, maybe I'll check out their fight.
Yeah,
I do it because I like both. I started off watching WWE, and then UFC caught my attention, and then Brock moving over really moved me over all the way. That's when I was sold 100%. I don't know why that's
Matt
where
Riddle
it was.
Is killing it in the Indies.
He's killing it in the Indies. Look at Ronda Rousey, dude. They can work her. They can do her storyline a lot better. But I like how they did it with Nia Jackson. That they didn't let her win.
Yeah,
I think that's awesome how they did it. Then getting her suspended and then her going crazy because she was called a rookie. That kind of was cool too. How she put Alexa Bliss to the table.
Yeah,
I think it could be worked better. But how they did it was all right. And then suspending her.
I actually don't mind it.
I don't. Yeah, it's not that bad.
Yeah, I don't think it's bad at all.
Yeah.
I think in the long run, it's making Ronda look really good. It's a good transitional shit. It's a good transitional
shit on me.
It's a good transitional sequence of events that's happening with Ronda, and I think it's all working very naturally.
Yeah, I like her position, and then I don't think we talked about it. I don't think you've been on the podcast since it's happened, but have we talked about the CM? We have definitely talked about the CM Punk Mike Jackson fight, but have we talked about it on the podcast? I don't think so.
No, we haven't. It's been a while since I've been on here.
So Mike Jackson, CM Punk fought at UFC 225. I was there live, and it was embarrassing.
Yeah, it was a disaster.
By both.
Yeah, that was a disaster. On the one hand, I think the whole Punk thing was a disaster overall. He shouldn't have never tried it. But on the other hand, he did what he wanted to do, and not a lot of people have the courage to do that. Have the courage to leave everything behind and try their hand at something new. And you have to admire Punk for doing that, and I certainly do. But suffice to say that he's terrible.
Oh, 100%, dude. I was so embarrassed. I didn't want to watch after the first round. And even him it's funny because he's on in the background right now versus Rey Mysterio. He just beat Rey Mysterio in the mask. No, did he?
I'm not sure. I'm not paying all that much attention.
Yeah, he just won, but I thought it was a mask versus hair match. So does Rey lose his mask?
No, they're not. I don't think they unmask him.
Then why did CM Punk lose his hair? Well,
you know what? I'm not sure. Now I'm interested in seeing what happens here. But anyway,
back to the match.
Back to the fight.
Yeah. It was very amateur-esque. You could see his skill set was not like he did. I have a better skill set than him. My skill set is better than him. I look cleaner than he does. He looked worse in his first appearance, and that's just because we got to see a lot less of him. Seeing more of him did not help him.
Yeah. I always said that he left the WWE. Maybe he didn't know what he was gonna do, and this offer was thrown at him, and he took it. And he kind of got into a situation where he buried himself in this hole, and now he's got to lie in it. He made his bed, and now he's got to lie in it. So it just wasn't a pretty fight for either party involved, and I for one am glad that this whole experiment is over.
Yeah, 100%. I really like CM Punk, and I want to see him lose. I was rooting for him, but
oh yeah, I mean even the first fight, I was rooting for him, even though I knew he was gonna get killed in that first fight. I was rooting for him, and I wanted him to win. I wanted him to do good. But obviously that's not how it turned out.
Mm-mm. Do you think he comes back to pro wrestling?
Yeah, probably. He's gonna be at All In.
Is he?
Yeah.
Like
he's doing a meet. He's doing a meet and greet.
Oh my God, he's going back to wrestling.
He's doing a meet and greet, but I have a feeling this is gonna be his coming out party. They're already talking about doing an All In 2, and as a matter of fact, I think that might have already been announced. Even All In 2. And he's probably going to be involved in the first one in some capacity other than the meet and greet.
Yeah.
And he'll probably be wrestling by All In too.
I hope he was 100% dedicated to fighting and not thinking about doing the All In 2 and fighting.
It's one or the other.
Yeah.
But you look how old he is. He's like, what, 40? 41? He's in his 40s.
I think he's 38.
Is he? He's a lot closer to his 40s than I'm sure he's comfortable with.
Especially for fighting and learning the skill set.
Yeah, that's where I was going with this. Like, is that something you really want to be doing at 42 when you're kind of... Because you look at him now, and he's not going to get any better anytime soon.
Dude, just like the stuff that he did and like the training that he's had that shouldn't have been done. Like jumping to guillotine when you absolutely did not have a neck and like you have no position and you're just hanging off of the dude with no connection. When you're like this.
Yeah.
Like there was nothing there. It was going for it.
It was awkward. Like what are you thinking? When even I can see that, that's a problem.
Yeah, my nephew that I took for the first time ever to UFC, first time watching a real event like that. He was like, what the fuck? And like he was cheering for CM Punk when CM Punk came out because everyone was cheering for CM Punk when the fucking music hit, when Cult of Personality. Oh, so sorry guys for fucking clapping like that, but finally, Jesus, finally, I was in the arena when that CM Punk chant was fucking relevant. First time ever.
Yeah.
First time ever.
I mean, I've been to WWE events where CM Punk was still there.
Yeah.
And that chant was happening, and it was actually relevant, but I'm sure nothing compares to the size of the United Center versus the Allstate Arena.
Dude, yeah.
And
I was going to say, yeah.
I'm sure it was epic.
It was epic, and then it only happened once for that fight.
Yeah.
And it didn't happen every fucking single fight, or before every single fight, like they would do at the Rosemont. When there's no CM Punk, like here in Chicago, that's
that's just the crowd trolling the shitty WWE programming.
But it's annoying as fuck.
They wouldn't. I don't think the crowd would turn on a UFC event like that.
No,
there's no reason to.
There aren't enough WWE fans.
Well, yeah, but even if there were, there's no reason for that to happen. Like at least that's the crowd turning on the shitty WWE programming on whatever's on.
They did turn on Claudia Gadella in the Claudia Esparza fight because there was a shitty decision that they didn't like. But
But whatever. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. So CM Punk, I don't think is fighting in the UFC. I don't think he gets a Contender Series match. Like you said, he's probably going all in.
I think his fighting days are over. Maybe if All In doesn't work out, he ends up in New Japan, Ring of Honor. He has a lot of places to go, but I think he also has the luxury of not doing anything if he doesn't want to.
Yeah.
Probably for the rest of his life.
Yeah, he definitely got paid a fuckload
Yeah.
for the UFC appearances.
So I guess he can do that, but I mean, what do you really do? I mean, he's gonna have to find something to transition over to kind of fill in time. I know he's doing. I think he's drawing for one of the series of Marvel comics, right?
He's making comics, right?
Yeah. But he's actually doing it with Marvel, isn't he?
I don't know.
One of their series.
I don't know. I know he's making comics. I don't know what. I'm pretty sure he's publicized by them. But he gets a lot of money for meet and greets. Those should sell out right away.
Yeah. I don't know. I do think that maybe he'll end up in wrestling. I don't know that he'll end up in the WWE.
He's got AJ Lee, bro.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Because did you hear about the lawsuit?
Yeah, he won it.
Yeah, he won it.
Yeah.
So
before his fight.
Yeah, with that considered, man, he was having a pretty good week up until that fight.
Up until that Mike Jackson fight.
With that considered, I don't think that the WWE wants him back.
The WWE.
Why would they? I mean, he made one of their doctors look like a schmuck.
What? Yeah. Is he still there?
The doctor?
Yeah. In the WWE.
I don't know. I would think so.
On 316 Gimmick Street.
They made him look really. They made him look really incompetent.
Yeah.
Because he was giving out antibiotics without keeping logs of shit. I think that was the thing that like led to him losing. And he was disclosing information to a group chat via text messages, and that violates HIPAA, which is a privacy thing.
Yeah, for doctors and stuff.
Yep. So he kind of looked like an asshole.
Damn, you're really brushed up on the case.
Yeah, I actually followed it a little bit. But.
So he just went and told the story on Cole Cabana about the staph infection.
Yeah.
And how they're incompetent to the doctor, and the doctor sued him for
defamation.
Defamation of character.
Yeah. Yeah, and as it would come to light, a lot of those accusations were true.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. How about that?
Yeah.
Fuck
Mike Jackson, though. That guy sucks.
Oh, yeah. That guy's a piece of shit.
Yeah. He was acting like he was the fucking hot shit, and then he couldn't even finish CM Punk.
He beat CM Punk.
But he couldn't finish him.
I know.
When he definitely could have.
I know. I realize that, but I'm saying he won that fight. But big fucking deal. It's CM Punk.
You know, he pretty much did it to get more showtime, right? To be out there more as long as he could, because he knew he wasn't gonna get another fight in the UFC.
I think he would have looked better if he would have
finished.
Yeah.
Maybe he couldn't finish CM Punk. Maybe I'm wrong. But CM Punk was very amateur-esque.
Well, they both were.
Yeah. But Mike Jackson should have taken advantage of it. I think he could have in certain aspects, but I just don't think he's smart enough to put it together in his head to do the proper game plan. He was dumb about it. I don't know if he was playing around, but he says he wasn't, but he was. I don't know.
You're talking about Mike Jackson.
Mike Jackson.
Yeah. I find it hard to believe that he didn't see all the openings that he had.
He was on the floor looking over at his corner the whole for a while.
Yeah, it makes sense what you said, that he was doing it for more time, but he would have come off looking better if he would have just finished.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a sad case, but I think CM Punk's fighting days are over. I don't think there's a Bellator in his future.
No, there isn't a Bellator. If there is, he's gonna get his ass beat there too.
I was gonna say, what are the chances that he actually, theoretically, if he does go, what are the chances that they'll bring him in? Do you think they would? Maybe if this was Bellator 3 years ago.
Yeah, I think they might, dude. But I don't know. He's not gonna win. Would they do it as a sacrificial lamb just because he has a name?
Yeah. If you're CM Punk, do you want to get paid to lose?
Me?
Yeah.
If I'm CM Punk?
Yeah. Do you want to go through all that training and just to lose? Because you're absolutely right. They're gonna use him
there's
as
no going back now. There's no way he can go to an amateur career, which is what he should have had.
Right.
He needs to learn how to get hit in the face at full speed. Because we saw against Mike Jackson, he didn't know what to do. That first hit that hit him almost turned him around.
Yeah.
And I still do that. And I'm not an amateur, but you have to, and I know you have to learn how to get rid of that. You have to learn how to take a hit.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't know how to take a hit. Well, let me take that back. He didn't know how to. It was too much for him after that point.
Yeah.
He didn't want to get hit again. He kind of feared it.
Yeah, I noticed that. I noticed that.
He was kind of fearing getting knocked out, so he's like, "Fuck, I'm not getting hit like that again." I think he played a lot safer, and even how he comes forward, he's really like hunched over. That's not how you come. That's not how you box.
It's a little. There's a little hesitation there.
Yeah,
I noticed.
Almost like he wants to lock up and he wants to be like, "All right, I'm gonna throw you against the cage, and then you're gonna bounce off of it, and then you're gonna drop kick me."
It's, you know what it is. It's almost like it's not instinctual.
It isn't.
He hasn't been.
See, here's the thing.
But how can it be if he's only had two actual fights?
Exactly. He's had only 2 fights, and he's been literally doing this for 4 years.
I don't know that 4 years is enough for him to...
Dude, there's black belts that have been training jiu-jitsu for 10 years that try to make their way into the UFC, and a guy with good wrestling and good takedown defense and good at standing up wins. Yeah. He beats the shit out of the other guy, even though the other guy's got 10 years of fucking jiu-jitsu experience and a black belt. And CM Punk went in with no black belt, no striking experience, no judo, no nothing. He went in with how many pro years of wrestling? Of, hey, you... pick me up and toss me this way, but I'm going to tell you how to do it.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to tell you when to do it.
We're going to call it in the ring.
Yes, exactly. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong. That's how pro wrestling is. That's how you do it. You have to have your chemistry, and you have to know how to do your locks, and you have to know how to work with the other guy, so it looks fluid, and you can sell stuff. That's what selling is. It doesn't happen in the UFC. The other guy's going to punch you in the face and try to kill you. Literally, that's what it is.
I think that in a general sense, it's not easy going from one to the other, whether it's UFC to WWE or WWE to UFC. It's not easy either way. There's so much that you have to account for, that you have to get used to. It's not easy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would hope that CM Punk didn't think that it was going to be an overnight thing.
I think a lot of people want to discredit Brock Lesnar's collegiate record. He's 106-5. Get that kick. I don't know if people can process that. He had 111 matches.
Yeah, he's a fucking monster.
5.
But he's a fucking monster. And he's got that wrestling background.
Because people so right now people are, like I mentioned it a little bit earlier, people are complaining about DC versus Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
They're calling it WWE fake stuff. They're like, fuck this, because they just saw CM Punk get his ass kicked. They just saw a WWE guy come into the UFC and get his ass beat twice. But they want to forget about Brock. Brock came in kicking the shit out of all the heavyweights.
Yeah.
He lost to Mir, but he was winning that fight. Go back and watch it. He was beating the shit out of Mir. He got up when he was ground and pounding him, gave up his leg because of inexperience, got swept, and got leg locked. Which still happens to a lot of people now, because there's still a lot of inexperience in leg locks. Right now, there's a leg lock revolution going on with the Danaher Death Squad. They're innovating a lot of leg lock submissions in not only jiu-jitsu but in MMA. Yeah. And they're being transitioned into MMA because they're being studied a lot more.
Yeah.
That's what Brock got caught with back in the day when he first fought Frank Mir. But after that, he went on to beat Frank Mir. He won the title and then faced Frank Mir again. Beat the living shit out of Frank Mir. The only people he's really lost to were Cain Velasquez, who has a wrestling pedigree as well, a badass wrestling technique, and he can box. So what'd he do? He stuffed Brock's takedown and beat him on the feet, and then he just stopped the takedowns. Yeah. And he just beat him up because he's got better hands, and Brock doesn't like getting hit. He got beat by Alistair Overeem. He was coming off of surgery from diverticulitis, but you have a world-class kickboxer that can defend the takedown, and it's just as big as you.
Right.
And probably was on steroids at the time. He was Uberim. He was huge. It was right before USADA. So Brock got beat by two guys that are really good. Look, he's beating Mark Hunt. Mark Hunt, look, they took it away because they found out he was on steroids. Yeah, I get it. Mark Hunt's faced a lot of guys on steroids that he's beat the fuck out of. He couldn't do it to Brock. He couldn't do it to Brock. Brock took him to the floor and beat him up on the floor.
Right.
Brock's done it to a lot of people. He's a very skilled person, and people complaining about this is WWE stuff can eat my asshole or something. I don't know.
But I don't know. I think Brock's a fucking monster though.
Yeah.
He's.
What do you think of how they treat him in WWE with him not having to defend his title, with him not... I think it kind of... People complain about it because they don't see it there all the time, but if you see it there all the time, you're going to run out of finishes for him to win, and then you're going to want to take it off of his hands, and these titles should not be taken away from these guys as fast as they are. Look at AJ Styles. They finally left the title on him for an extended period, and he deserves to have that title.
Yeah, but AJ's defending it. Like,
yeah.
He's there. He's defending it. There is that.
There was a good rivalry to be had, though, with him and Nakamura.
Yeah.
Shinsuke Nakamura!
I don't know how I feel about that because that was all nut shots, but yeah, that's what the rivalry.
It was a rivalry we wanted to see
around.
that they did not play out right. How about that?
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
We really wanted it, and we accepted it for what it was because we really wanted it, but they kind of fucked it up with the whole nut shot thing. And
that's definitely a good way of putting it. Yeah, I don't know the whole Brock thing, him not being there. I have really mixed feelings about that. I think that he should be there because he's on what is considered the flagship show. There should be a rivalry happening there. But on the other hand, you have a rivalry for two guys competing for that number one contender spot, which is Roman and Lashley. Mm-hmm. So I don't know that his presence is so much needed, although it'd be kind of good to have other stakes other than a number one contender spot. Like you do at the end of the day need that prop.
Mm-hmm. He's an MMA fighter, and I think him being away, they're kind of treating him like, you know what, he is an MMA fighter / pro wrestler. Who is really going to beat him unless he gives in and unless they have the right opportunity. And I think they've had right opportunities. They just haven't pulled the trigger with Braun because they were indecisive at the time. Was Brock going to stick around? Is he going to stick around, or is he going to fucking take off? And they didn't know that at the time.
Well, see, you know, Braun is there.
Yeah,
he's gonna be there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't. Where's he gonna go if he doesn't? You know.
I don't think they have faith in him.
At that time, he was over enough to where, if he would have won, the whole fucking place would have gone ape shit. I think that last SummerSlam, was it when it was Brock versus Joe? Was that when it was?
I think so.
I think that would have been a good opportunity to beat Brock. But then, if you really think about it, he would have beat Brock. He would have been champion. But then he would have been injured. Because remember, he went away. He had an injury.
Some shoulder shit, right?
I believe it had something to do with his arm or something. So it might have been a shoulder. I don't know. It's a part of your arm, right?
Yep. Connected.
Yeah.
To your torso.
So there is that. But I think that whoever does beat him, that's it. You can't have him as champion anymore.
Who, Brock?
Yeah.
Well, he's definitely getting beat at SummerSlam and going away to train.
Yeah. I see that.
That's definitely happening.
But who do you think has that spot? Who do you think
Braun's taking it. He's got the money in the bank. He's the.
You know what?
He's the monster in the big.
You know what? You have a good point. I think Brock wins, but Braun cashes in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So who's he gonna face?
It's either Lashley or Roman.
Do you wanna sacrifice Lashley?
No, I don't think they should.
Roman's already been beat a bunch.
Roman is starting to get to that point where he's kind of damaged goods.
Yeah. I think they pulled the trigger on him too many times and it just misfired.
Yeah. Yeah, and a part of the problem was the crowd. They refused to let him get over. They refused to give him a chance.
To be honest, I think the crowd was driving him in the right direction, and
well, he should have been a heel this whole time.
Exactly, and I think the company
but they don't want to give him that heel character.
The company was kind of driving it there with the Undertaker thing, and then they kind of bring it back like, I'm the champion and I'm the babyface and this is my. And it's like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
It's like you had it. You just had to keep going. You had the crowd. Dude, the whole fucking crowd hated you. Do you remember that promo he cut after he beat the Undertaker?
Yeah.
Where he came out and he didn't say anything, and I think he just said, "This is my yard now." And
yeah,
then,
yeah.
And then he left.
Yep.
And it was like a 15-minute segment of the crowd booing him.
Yeah, and then he just said, "This is my yard."
And then he leaves, and then the crowd fucking just boo. They weren't letting him talk. Every time he would bring up the mic, they would get louder, and then he would put it down, bring it up. It was like 7 minutes.
Yeah, he was really playing the crowd,
mm-hmm.
and they were playing right along. But no, you're right. They should have turned him heel.
Look, they can use Roman. They don't know.
They don't know how.
Their creativity is horrible. He knows. Look how he worked the crowd that day. He's worked it in other ways too. Sometimes he has it behind him as well, but in a lot of situations they put him in robotic, monotone.
Well,
dialogue.
they're feeding him lines. They're not giving. They give him a script. They're not giving him bullet points and telling him this is the point. These are the points that you need to get across. Go out there and do it however you can.
Yeah.
They're feeding him a script, and I don't think that that's natural because I have seen Roman be Roman and talk on his own.
Yeah.
And he can talk.
So talking about Roman, this Monday they had a brawl between him and Lashley, which I was very, very into and very intrigued at the beginning of Raw. It's the typical brawl where the whole superstars get involved and they get separated and come back,
Yeah.
But I wasn't liking the feud between Sami Zayn and Bobby Lashley. To me, that made no sense whatsoever.
Oh, that was stupid.
Yeah, it was 100% dumb. Man, my butt
Yeah.
itches. I don't know why.
Yeah.
You just have to scratch your butt.
All right, remind me not to shake your hand.
All right. I'll wash it. I got sanitizer around here. Where is it? But yeah, if you see the sanitizer, give me it.
You know what? Why don't I just give you some of mine here?
Oh, you got some? All right,
I got
cool.
some Purell here. There you go.
Boom. Here, I'll use the non-butt.
Yeah, use the non-butt hand.
The non-butt hand? There. Thank you, brother.
Yep.
It was on the shorts, all right? And they're new shorts, just so you know. You bitch.
Okay.
I went to Carson Perry Scott, and they're brand new. I got them half off.
Whatever.
Because Carson Perry Scott's going out of business, so they were probably like 60% off or 70. All right, bitch.
Hey, how crazy is it that all these stores are going out of business? I mean, let's interrupt the whole wrestling.
Yeah.
Whole wrestling talk.
We'll get back to Roman and lastly, it's crazy slash kind of expected due to the Amazon.
Yeah, that's one reason.
Like, if I want figures, I'll just go by toy shopping because everything is undercut on Amazon. Like, if I want an Ant-Man and a Wasp figure, I can find it at Walgreens for $19.99, but then I have to pay tax, and I have to make sure I find it at a store.
Yeah.
On Amazon, I just have to wait 2 days, and it's $19.99, and I just have to pay nothing. It's $19.99. There's no tax.
Right.
And the tax is minimal. It's not Illinois tax, which Illinois tax we got like 10%.
It's like 10.5%, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's something ridiculous.
Yeah, like we're one of the highest tax states.
Yeah.
Or cities.
Yeah.
It's probably that's the whole state. But
hey, how about these No, I was gonna go on a rant on politicians.
They
should fund their own fucking pension. Am I right?
Yeah, brother. So while we're off of the subject of wrestling, thanks a lot for helping me find all the materials for building the throne. What do you think of the throne, brother?
Throne looks fucking sick.
I'm gonna do a video on the throne, and I'm gonna make more stuff.
Yeah,
I got a bunch of styrofoam.
So you just because you're not showing it on video. What you're talking about is the styrofoam throne that you made for Thanos action figure, which looks fucking sweet.
Yeah. Thanks, brother.
Yeah.
I had fun making it. I'm gonna definitely make more, but I want to get some masks so I'm not breathing in styrofoam.
Yeah. And did you post that anywhere?
It's on Instagram.
Okay. And what's your Instagram? So that people can go check it out.
Oh, it's on Full Heel Podcast if people want to check it out.
I'm trying to plug your...
Or my Facebook if you guys want to find that as well, but it's on Instagram. Check it out. Full Heel Podcast on Instagram.
I'm trying to plug your shit here, man.
Sorry, brother. I'm high over here.
No, yeah. I think that the most heartbreaking thing of everything is that Toys R Us is no longer a thing.
Yeah, let me get your thoughts on that. So you've been a long Toys R Us fan. I've been a long Toys R Us fan. You got me back into the collecting world, and look what you've done. Just look around you.
Yeah, this is a pretty impressive collection that you've acquired here. Over what? 2 years, right? It's roughly 2 years.
3 years. I want to say it's 3 years. When did you get me that razor?
I don't know. It was 2014 maybe? 2015?
2015. Because I came back 2014.
Yeah.
And I think a year later is when we kind of started hanging out a little bit more.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd say it was 2015. But you've got a pretty good collection here. Started out with the wrestling toys, and now you're branching over into Marvel, the Marvel Legends series,
Star Wars Black Series.
Yep.
Dragon Ball, Dragon Star series. I have the Master Chief collection with the
the
figure.
Halo collection. I'm actually very impressed by that.
That was for the Xbox thing. So I have the helmet, and then I have 6 of the figures that did the Build-A-Figure, and then I have a very old figure that I bought when I was 17. I had my very first beer. No, he's posable.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, and he came with a rocket launcher and the assault rifle.
That's pretty sweet.
But he's the figure from Halo 1, just a different camo than the cover.
Right.
But yeah, no, I've definitely branched out into a little bit more stuff, and my collection has grown.
Yeah.
Thanks, brother.
No, the Toys R Us thing.
It's sad.
It's very sad.
Because I had started going again once you gave me toys.
Yeah, we would go toy hunting. We went toy hunting there a few times.
Before a while before they announced that it was going to be closed.
Yeah.
Like, years before it started. Like right away, once you got me toys, I started going toy hunting. Remember?
Yeah.
We would go for wrestling toys.
Yep. And I remember back at my old job, I used to work at this bank. And it was a pretty lengthy commute, but on the way home there were 2 Toys R Us's that I would stop at, and man, every 2 weeks when I got paid, I'd head over there and pick something up if I found something cool. But now that's just a thing of the past. Can't do that anymore.
Nah.
Toys R Us is gone, and it's heartbreaking.
Do you think it comes back?
I hope it does. I don't know. I don't know, because people... See, here's the thing. People are emotional because this childhood cornerstone is going away.
Yeah.
But if it comes back, do you really think the fact that it comes back is going to... are they going to do any good numbers in terms of sales or anything like that? Maybe at first.
Yeah.
But...
we'll see. It depends, man. There definitely has to be something done about scalpers.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And it's going to suck because if you have a store and if you have Toys R Us, how are you going to be like, dude, you can't buy 6 of the same figure. We know what you're doing. You're buying them and then reselling them online for $30. Like, how is it? That's not really illegal.
No.
But how are they going to stop it? And I think that's a death of the stores as well, because people like me and you that are going to buy one toy don't want to go to the fucking store anymore because there's nothing good, because they buy all 6 that they put out.
Well, either that or they have shitty distribution schedules where they don't restock as frequently. But I think the point that you're trying to make is that there is no physical store that is devoted to just toys.
Mm-hmm. Not anymore.
Yeah, and I think that's the point that you were trying to make. Like you have your Walmarts, your Targets, but the problems that we encounter with those stores are that they don't stock regularly, or we go and shit isn't in stock because it was already bought, or because they haven't stocked altogether. Whereas you go to Toys R Us, that's all you're gonna find there is just toys, and you're bound to find something good there.
Yeah. They need to do a Toys R Us / Amazon thing. They gave all. So one of their major things is they gave all their distribution rights to, or their distributors were Amazon at first or something like that, and they kind of shot themselves in the foot.
Oh man, that was forever ago.
But they shot themselves in the foot because then it gave Amazon a name and it made them bigger, and then Amazon became.
Oh, that wasn't the sole reason.
Yeah,
though.
but
it was gonna that was something that was gonna happen either way.
But they would need to figure out a system where, but it's too late already. Like GameStop. The only reason that GameStop is around is because of exclusivities. They have a lot of exclusives because there's not a lot of gaming stores that are as big as them.
Yeah, they still have that corner.
Exclusive rights.
Yeah, they still have that corner where you can get like the
Got a special edition package.
Yeah, there we go.
Before,
that's what I was looking
10 days before this, and it's like, what the fuck? It's like, fuck you guys. Why can't I get it too? I gotta be a member of GameStop now?
There you go. You can get special edition of shit where like you buy this box in it of like Red Dead Redemption 2 is coming out in what, October? You go there, you buy the big ass box with all this extra shit, and then the game's in there, and you can't get that at Target or at Walmart.
It's exclusive of GameStop, so you have to go get it there.
Yeah. And I don't know. You told me you found some toys there, so I'm sure they're gonna be doubling down on that coming out of this.
See, they're assholes though. They price their figures at $22.99. I get them on sale when they drop on sale, but all their like Marvel Legends are $22.99, so they mark
where they would normally be $19.99.
Yeah.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Yeah, they're fucking jerks.
Yeah.
Well, I remember going in as a kid and needing money and being naive and selling my 64 games like a fucking idiot. Like, oh, well, I don't play this one that much. I'll go sell it to him. That's 50 cents.
Yeah, they'd give you store credit for like 50 cents. I remember I tried selling games once, and they, like, being very young, I still knew that the prices were bullshit.
I wish I wouldn't have sold a lot of my games.
I never sold any of my games, and now I'm glad that I didn't.
Hey, you're the smart one. You're a smart one. You still have a lot of your toys. I need to see your collection.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back to Roman and Lashley.
Sure. I mean,
so they're gonna main event Extreme Rules, which is bullshit.
Yeah, that is bullshit. Because the main event should be the match with the belt, which is AJ and Rusev.
Yeah.
That's complete bullshit. You know the crowd is gonna shit all over that match. Because the crowd is smart enough these days to know that the main event should be Rusev and AJ. Because you're just a lot of old school wrestling fans have that ingrained in them.
Yeah.
That the main event is the match with the title.
Well, it's funny because I was just watching WrestleMania 10, and that wasn't the case. The ladder match was the last match. It was the Intercontinental.
Yeah, but see, they were still
to championship match.
It was a championship match.
A double championship, so it actually makes more sense.
There were some really high stakes there.
They're unifying two Intercontinental championships.
Yeah.
What was it? Shawn Michaels had left. He'd quit and then come back or something.
Yeah. The real backstory is I think he got suspended for a wellness thing, and then he didn't want to give up the belt. So they made Razor the champion, and then Shawn Michaels came back, and look how it worked out for Shawn.
He mooned everybody.
Yeah, he did moon everybody.
Do you think that was a shoot, or is that work?
Yeah, it was probably
him pulling down his pants.
That was probably a shoot. Like probably Razor thought, hey, it'd be funny if I pull this guy's pants down.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. And then he hit him with an elbow drop with his ass out.
Yeah.
And then he pulled his pants up.
Yep.
I just watched it right before this.
I know, I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I saw Owen Hart versus Bret Hart.
Was that the cage match, or was
it was a regular? It was the regular match after their match versus the the Quebecers
Yeah.
for the championship, and then they lost because Brett hurt his knee. Supposedly that was the work that they were going by, and then at the end, Owen kicked his knee, and then they set up this match.
Yeah. Yep.
And Owen won.
I think after this they had a cage match.
Well, the Rocket won this one, so I'm pretty sure they set up a number 2.
Yeah.
Do you think Owen would have been? Sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I liked at the end of that WrestleMania when they're holding up. Is that the one when Bret Hart beat Yokozuna for the title?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
No. That was Lex Luger versus Yokozuna for the title with Mr. Perfect as a special guest referee, and Perfect does a double disqualification and Owen wins, and then Lex Luger tries to fight him in the back. Well, that was earlier on. I think they both had 2 matches though, Yokozuna and Bret.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's the match that closed that WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So then,
why did Yokozuna fight earlier then?
I think it might have been for the title with Lex. No.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
For the title with Lex,
that
definitely happened. The title with Lex happened. I don't know if
I don't remember why everybody fought 2 matches. I mean, I'm sure there's an interesting story behind that.
We'll go back and watch right now. Yokozuna versus Bret Hart.
But I like how when Bret wins, and everybody's holding him up on their shoulders, Owen Hart comes out and he's like, "But I beat him."
We gotta see that right now.
Yeah,
we gotta see that.
But I beat Bret.
Yeah, you know what? That definitely did happen because I remember they were interviewing Owen in the back after he won, and he's like, "I don't want to take anything away from Bret, but he's not going to be able to perform as well as he should be able to after what I did to him in the ring."
Yeah.
Who's your favorite of the 2 brothers, Bret or Owen?
Man, when I was younger, I really liked Owen. I don't know why, but I thought Owen was the cooler of the 2. But as I got older, I could really appreciate Bret.
Gumbo versus Gumbo.
Yeah. Especially when they were doing the whole Canada versus USA thing in like '98.
Yeah.
And then he went to WCW.
Bret.
And that
got
sucked.
concussed.
Yeah. Then.
Which led to a future stroke.
Yeah. Because Goldberg kicked his head out into the crowd.
Him in the head, yeah.
What a dick.
Do you think he did that on purpose, or was he just too
No,
green?
I think he didn't know what he was doing.
Green?
Yeah.
I think he didn't know. Is that the song?
Yeah. I guess I didn't know.
Yeah, I guess I didn't know. Yeah.
Oh, what a dick.
Yeah.
He didn't do it on purpose,
No.
though. So.
But I was watching WrestleMania 10 just so we had, just to get in the mood of some wrestling talk. And,
Yeah.
You were taking a dump when when I was watching the last match. And then you messaged me. You're like,
"Is that Jerry Lawler?"
Yeah, is that Jerry Lawler? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, and Vince too. And then you're like, is that WrestleMania 10? Shawn versus Razor?
The ladder match. Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, and there's no light in there. So I thought I thought, the hell is
were you scared?
Is Jerry Lawler in here commentating on me?
I should have told you. So it used to have a chain, and I replaced it a couple times, but it just gets pulled off. Like people just yank on it too hard.
I think you yank on it too hard.
Probably. I think I'm gonna get one of those touch lights.
Yeah.
And just leave it on all the time.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I recommend.
Yeah.
Oh man, and then like get one of those smart ones where you can turn it on and off with your phone.
Yeah, right.
That's insane.
Where I can turn it on from here, like, hey, where's the light? And they're like, oh, pff, and then they're all scared, and then the poltergeist appears.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess they didn't know.
Yeah.
Or I guess I didn't know. Let's see.
Well, yeah, Extreme Rules.
Yeah. Let's talk about Extreme Rules, I guess, a little bit.
Yeah, so we already touched on what's probably going to be the main event, Lashley and Roman Reigns.
That's
and how it's not a good idea for that to be the main event.
No, I want to see that match, and I like the rivalry that they've done with them in these past couple of weeks, because they have been. So the rivalry has been pretty much Lashley trying to be top dog and calling out this guy for being the top dog. Like we were saying earlier, that Sami Zayn one was total dog shit. This is a lot better of a rivalry.
Yeah.
And I like Sami Zayn.
Well, Sami Zayn is actually injured.
Yes.
So I think they were just desperate to find a way to get him off TV and get him on his road to recovery. And I guess they were desperate enough to put that horse shit out. But with this, with Roman and Lashley, yeah, I like that a lot better. I think it showcases both of them, and if anything, I think it elevates Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
But I don't know that they should sacrifice Lashley to give Roman the win.
Do you think they give Lashley the win and they have him face Brock at SummerSlam? Two WWE guys, they can sell it, dude.
I kind of hope that's what they do.
If creative don't they sit around and like talk about this stuff? Like don't they, or do they just like, hey, you got this story, you got that story, you got that story, go. No, because look.
Well, I feel their process is like, this is where we want to end up. Find a way to get us there. Mm-hmm. Right? Write a story for the next 10 weeks and let's see the same match on Raw every week.
They got two MMA guys that have fought professionally, successfully. Bobby Lashley, not as much.
No, I get it. The whole thing writes itself.
Yeah.
And it just makes sense. Mm-hmm. And it would make for in my head, it would make for a good match. But who knows? You know, on paper, it seems like a good idea.
And you push Bobby strong, and then Braun comes out and cashes on Brock.
Yeah.
Brock gets pinned, not clean because it's a Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Lashley doesn't lose, looks strong, putting up a fight against Brock. And then Brock dips out to fight in the UFC.
Yeah. And then you have Lashley and Braun.
Yeah. As a feud. And then you could throw in Roman if you want to do a three-way. Which you know they're going to do.
Yeah.
They always like, hey, let's throw Roman in there.
Well, because after SummerSlam, things are really going to dip down. If the writing is terrible now, from now until December, it's going to be even worse. Because, you know, football's going to come back, and then they're gonna be competing with Monday Night Football. And you know people would rather watch that than wrestling.
Yeah, even though I'm still going to be watching wrestling.
Well, yeah, me too. But, the proof is there. Monday Night Football always beats out Raw.
But who knows, man? They're not. A lot of those players aren't kneeling, aren't standing for the flag, so people are tuning out, bro. The president doesn't. The president doesn't like people doing. Well, they changed the rules. Did you read about that?
Yeah, I read about that.
That
Papa John doesn't like it either.
Well, he retired, didn't he?
He had to resign.
I don't know what happened there. But yeah, they have to stand now.
He pulled a Hogan.
Or stay in the locker if they don't wanna. They don't want to stand for the anthem. I think that's what it came down to.
Yeah, motherfuckers ain't gonna stop watching because of that, though.
I stopped watching years ago because I got tired of it.
Yeah, same with me, I think.
And once I started the podcast, I had to drop everything else and just focus on UFC and WWE.
I don't know why over the last couple of years I kind of just dropped off of baseball and football. I used to follow it pretty okay.
Get busy, man.
But I don't know. The appeal, it kind of just lost its appeal.
Yeah.
So it's a little. It makes me a little sad because I want to follow it, but I don't know. I just can't. I don't know why.
Nia Jackson. Nia Jackson's facing Bliss. Yeah, an Extreme Rules match because Ronda's suspended.
Okay.
I don't think
is she still champion?
No, they took the title off of her. Remember, she cashed in.
Oh yeah.
So Nia Jax was about to get armbarred by Ronda, and then Alexa Bliss came in and beat the shit out of them with the briefcase. Cashed in, won the title. She's been champion since Money in the Bank. They're definitely not taking the title off of her this fast.
No, I don't think so.
Ronda might do something to get them disqualified, and then her and Nia Jax get to continue a feud of some sort.
Right. Yeah, I guess I can see that happening. I know for sure that they're not going to take that title off her. It's way too soon.
Yeah.
I'm sure they want to wait for SummerSlam to do something maybe with all three of them.
Did you catch the gossip in MMA? Quick diversion, but still relating to Rousey. We'll get back to Rousey and this whole thing with Bliss. You didn't hear about it?
No.
So Brendan made comments about strikers coming over into the UFC. a striker took exception to it and commented on it, which then Brendan said, "Hey, you know, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about some other guy." And then Dana White chimed in and said, "Don't listen to this guy. He's an idiot." Like referring to Brendan. Don't listen to Brendan. He's an idiot.
Right.
He's 6-5 in the UFC. The only thing he can teach you is how to get knocked out.
Holy shit.
Yeah, don't take anything from this guy. And then Brendan's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. He's like, did you take a break from folding Ronda's laundry? And then, fuck. I forgot exactly what he said after that, but then Dana said something about the only reason you made it is because your friend Joe. And then he's like, yeah, I might have made it because of my friend Joe. He's like, but the only reason you've made it is because of your billionaire friends that gave you money to support an idea that you didn't come up with. And then he's like, well, first he put it out. He's like, yeah, he's like, with the help of my friend Joe, I've been able to do a one-man stand-up show, have 2 successful podcasts, and just got booked to do a movie. And then he's like, you, with the help of your friends, have not been able to, since your friend dipped to Lorenzo.
Yeah.
He's like, you haven't been able to boost ratings. He's like, you wish Conor would give you a text. Or he's like, you're praying for a Conor text. And he's like, you had to bring Brock in. And he's like, your whole CM Punk thing failed. And he's like, but wait a minute. He's like, this isn't the way Eskimo brothers should be talking to each other. And he's like, and he's like, this is your final warning. And then that was it. Something to the things of, this is your final warning. But so first of all, he puts taking a break from folding Ronda's laundry. Brendan is known to have dated Ronda Rousey. So when he says, whoa, 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 this is no way Eskimo brothers should talk to each other, he's insinuating that he fucked Ronda because they were dating. And
I would believe that.
Dana White has fucked Ronda.
I'd believe it.
I believe it as well.
I would believe that. That's funny.
And that's the drama that's been going on.
I don't think it was like anything predatory.
Like a Me Too thing?
Yeah, I don't think it was anything like that. I would think Ronda would know better.
Hey, but who knows? It could be a ring girl as well. Everyone's
that's
insinuating because of the whole folding Ronda's laundry. But it could have been a ring girl that maybe Ariana.
Yeah, but
Celeste.
I've seen how Ronda and Dana White interact.
Yeah.
And I just can't help but think that
That they banged.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it.
There's just the chemistry there.
Mm-hmm.
So I can totally see that.
Probably happened.
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I wouldn't doubt it either. Good for him.
For Dana or for Brendan?
For both.
Good for Brendan for talking back and not letting Dana bitch him out.
Oh yeah, totally. Bonus points for that.
But I wanna hear now from Brendan. It definitely helps both of them. It puts them in the news. Brendan's in entertainment now. He's never gonna fight for the UFC. He doesn't want to be a commentator in the UFC. He doesn't need the UFC. He's made more money away from the UFC. He doesn't matter to him.
No, it doesn't.
And Dana feeding
if anything,
the fuel to the fire, it's helping a lot.
Yeah, if anything,
So boost Brendan.
Yeah, if anything, it's helping Brendan.
And it's giving Brendan shit to talk about on stage. So good for Brendan.
Yeah.
I listened to The Fighter and the Kid and Below the Belt. I've watched some of the Showtime episodes, but I haven't seen all of them.
I still catch Fighter and the Kid sometimes. I
love it. We went to a Fighter and the Kid.
Yes, we did. That was cool.
Yeah, we went.
That was cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. Even though they didn't sign autographs, but whatever. It's all good.
Yeah. I catch it every now and again. It's been a while at this point, but I do catch it. And it'd be interesting to see if he brings it up on the podcast.
Oh, he's definitely going to. He has to. 100% he has to.
I don't think he would out...
What I want to see is...
Dana White and straight up say, oh yeah, he banged her. Yeah. I don't think he would. But.
What I want to see is him on Rogan again. He's always on Rogan.
Yeah.
So I want to see Rogan ask him shit about it, because they're definitely going to bring it up.
Yeah, I think that was the last time I heard Brendan on anything, was when he was on Rogan.
Yeah. That's going to be awesome. So back to Ronda. She's suspended for like a month or something like that, so we won't see her in action for a while.
Yeah, I think they're holding her off till SummerSlam,
Yeah.
which is good.
Yeah.
They're
We don't need
getting
to shut up too quick.
right now. I would assume that she's using this time to really brush up and train for actually wrestling that WWE style.
Yeah.
Because as we mentioned before, going from MMA to pro wrestling is not necessarily the easiest thing to do, or vice versa.
No, you have to work with the other person. In MMA, you kind of have to work with only yourself.
Yeah, MMA you rely on your instincts.
Yeah.
In wrestling, you rely on your instincts and the person you're with.
Yeah, it's what I can do, and in this, it's like, what can we do?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure the reason that they wrote in her suspension was to get her to train so that she could have some kind of big moment at SummerSlam.
Onward.
Yep.
Bo Dallas.
The B team.
Sorry.
The
I'm
B team.
skipping ahead. Mojo Rawley beats No Way Jose. I don't like the storyline. I don't like Mojo Rawley.
I don't like either of them. No Way Jose
I'm
is
indifferent.
Adam Rose.
Yeah, he's Adam Rose.
Mm-hmm.
Cuban Adam Rose.
He's Cuban Adam Rose.
Yeah. Again, look, this
Don't
is
be a
just
lemon.
another example of lazy writing. The creative is fucking lazy.
Yeah.
Or they think
they're
we're stupid. It's either they think we're stupid and they're insulting my intelligence, or they're lazy as shit.
They're rehashing the Adam Rose thing, so I guess it was an easy out for the writing team. They had enough. Maybe they had nothing for him.
And rehash old good shit, not old shitty shit. Hey, let's bring back the Adam Rose thing, which wasn't good at all. It only was jobber level.
The Adam Rose gimmick worked in NXT.
Did he have the crowd with him? The whole gimmick thing behind him? The rabbit and the people?
In NXT, yeah. Yeah, he had he would come out with like a group of people in NXT, but it worked because they usually ran smaller arenas, so it looked massive. But in a giant arena where they're doing a Raw, it's just another throwaway thing. But I think that for a gimmick like that, if you're moving up in the roster, they should repackage him.
Yeah.
And that's what they should have done with No Way Jose.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they could have just taken away the No Way and just called him Jose or something.
Yeah. And he could have still kept some kind of like Cuban salsa thing and just developed the character a little bit better.
Man, he could have been
Carlito, Caribbean Cool.
He could have been Carlito or Savio Vega.
Yeah. Savio Vega had some matches with Austin back in the day for the Intercontinental Championship.
Savio Vega legit was a badass.
People never mention Savio Vega.
Was a badass.
I don't mention Savio Vega, but I've gone back recently and I've seen some. Well,
he's good.
It's because
he's really good.
They mentioned that him and Austin had like some of the best matches that Austin had, and I went back and I watched it.
Yeah. If you go back and watch those matches, I think Savio Vega was a really good hand to put against Austin, because they really, I feel like they really went out of the way to showcase what Austin could do. I feel like Savio knew that his job was to show how good Austin really was, and then he was really good at that.
What a name too, Savio. Was he Puerto Rican?
Yeah, he was Puerto Rican. That was his gimmick was that he was Puerto Rican.
Bo Dallas defeats tag team champion Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy. So Bo Dallas and
wait, is this Raw?
Yeah, this is Raw. Oh no, is this Raw? Yeah, this is Raw. Yeah, this is Raw.
Ah, come on.
Should I go to the Extreme Rules match?
I don't care.
Matches? Yeah, that's what I should have done.
Well, that's what we were supposed to be talking about.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Producer? You're a producer over there?
Yeah. I produced something earlier. So, when Jerry Lawler was talking at me.
Yeah. Sin Cara versus Andrade Cien Almas.
I like
Cien
Cien Almas.
Yeah, I really like
He
Cien.
grew on me.
I've always liked them, but my brother was. I don't know if it was my brother or you. It might have been you that told me he had some heat in the backstage when he first came in because of his ego in the NXT, and I think he got in a little bit of heat with the veteran in the back, and they kind of pushed back. They kind of held him back than what they wanted him to be at first.
He grew on me. At first when I would see him on NXT and he had the suspenders and he looked like a male stripper, I thought, put the mask back on him.
Yeah.
But then they put him with the chick who is, she's really good looking.
Yeah. Selena Gomez.
Sure.
I think that's her name.
We'll go with that. So I think Selena Gomez is the pop singer. Zelina, whatever. I think she's the pop singer, but
Selena.
We might be talking about the wrong Selena. But yeah, I think when they put him with her, he really turned it around. She really helped out his character, and I like where he's at now. But Sin Cara, like, where's that dude been this whole time?
He needs to be at 205 live with the Lucha. What is it? The Lucha Party that they think that they're doing now?
I have not seen 205 in a while. No.
They have Sin Cara. No, Sin Cara's not there. They have
Kalisto.
They have Lince Dorado, Kalisto, and Gran Metalik in a 3-person kind of like group.
Oh, like a trio.
Yeah, it's called like the Lucha Party or something like that.
Yeah, because see, they should call it like the Lucha Trio, because in Mexico they actually do have a trios division.
So they're doing that right now with them. So they should throw Sin Cara over there, even though he might not be 205. Maybe I'll have it.
I would probably say not. He's looking a little thick these days.
Yeah. Not too much of a Sin Cara fan. I wish I was, but I don't like a lot of what he did, and I'm not too aware of what he used to do.
Well, I think if it was the original Sin Cara, that would be a little more interesting.
Okay.
But it's not.
This is an actual good storyline because they're playing it as Cien Almas knew and Sin Cara was a mentor to Cien Almas, which probably was true.
If it was the original Sin Cara,
if it was the original Sin Cara, yes,
I'd believe that.
Yeah. Which is what they want us to believe, Juice. Come on.
Yeah, I
You're
think
no selling it.
I gotta no sell it on this one. Yeah, I think they want us to believe that this Sin Cara is Mystico.
Yeah.
But it's not. So, I should bring back La Parka.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
I don't think he's 205 though.
No.
Not these days.
All right, next match. The New Day versus Sanity. So they brought in Sanity, and Sanity's been used very well. They come in beating the shit out of everybody. They're not making them look weak, which is how they brought them into NXT. NXT, they were super popular.
Yeah, I like Sanity. I always liked what they did.
Yeah.
They didn't bring in the chick, right?
No, which I think was a mistake. If you were gonna put the title on her,
I don't.
They didn't put the title on her.
I think they're going to.
In NXT?
Mm-hmm. I think they're going to put the title on her at some point. I agree that they should have during the takeover, the last takeover event. But I don't think it's too late. I don't think they've reached that point yet where it's like, oh, it's too late. She's damaged goods.
Yeah. I don't think she did damaged goods, but I think that they should have brought her up with Sanity.
No, I like that they kept her behind. I think she has more value to NXT right now. If you look at the women's
that much.
If you look at the women's roster, it's a little
Jesus.
It's a little oversaturated in the sense
I'm
of
still winning though.
Huh?
I'm still winning on points.
Okay, sure.
You got points on that one,
but it's oversaturated in the sense that they have too many women for the amount of time that they have. They give them. So I think she's fine where she's at. But Sanity, I don't know that they win this one against the New Day.
They should. The New Day was given the record of the tag team title things. I think it's their time to be putting over these tag teams.
Oh, I agree. Sanity should win this one.
Yeah.
Because that'll make them look strong, and you want to build you want to build them. You want to have a usable tag team. You want to have a credible tag team that you can put against Harper and Rowan.
Mm-hmm. It's a tables match.
So, the New Day Insanity.
Yeah.
That's a tables match.
Mm-hmm.
That should be fun. Yeah, I don't know. I guess if it's a gimmick match, yeah, I say Sanity does win this one.
I'm going with Sanity as well. I want them to win, and I hope they win.
Yeah, I agree. They need to be built up as a credible tag team. You won me. Point you.
Yes, I'm up again by more now. Finn Balor versus... Next time we're keeping score. I'm going to put on a notepad.
Okay. All right.
Finn Balor versus Constable Corbin.
This is stupid. When did he become Constable Baron? Like... When did he become Constable Baron Corbin? Was this when they were doing a UK tour or something?
I don't know. Just give him a haircut and leave him as Baron Corbin. Did he have to get a haircut and do a character change? He didn't really, but that whole Constable thing does not fit.
Oh, man. If he was going to cut his hair, they should have done it. They should have done a match.
Yeah.
Hair versus hair with somebody. You know, you could have had Finn Balor and Baron Corbin in a hair versus hair match. That'd be interesting.
Or a hair versus paint match. Never use the paint again.
Well, it's not like he uses the paint anymore anyway.
We could have brought it. You could have had it leading up to it like a match, and then Constable calls him out on it, and he's like, "Well, put up your hair. I'm Finn Balor. I'll put up my paint." Something like that.
But he doesn't use the paint anymore.
Yeah, you're right.
That's bullshit. He should be Demon Finn.
All the time?
Not all the time.
Every pay-per-view?
He should be a heel.
He should save it for the heel, right?
Yeah, and be Demon Finn Balor all the time. Yeah. Is he still doing the LGBTQ thing?
Yes.
Okay. I guess somebody has to do it.
Yeah. I don't mind them. I think you can pull it off.
I don't know why. What's the dude from the Primetime Players? Darren?
Oh yeah, he's not.
Darren Young?
He's not there anymore.
Oh, he's not?
No, he got fired a while ago.
Oh yeah. I guess he got fired post WrestleMania, right?
Yeah, something like that. I think Finn wins. I don't see Corbin winning.
Yeah, this is a throwaway match.
It's not even.
Why isn't this the kickoff match?
Yeah, this is. It's not even a gimmick match. It's a regular match. So.
Okay, the points that I want all of our listeners to take away from this is Finn Balor and Corbin should be the kickoff match.
Yeah.
And Finn Balor should not be in the kickoff match.
Yeah. Agreed and agreed.
So, you know, there's all that.
Let's see.
Throwaway match. Next.
Raw Tag Team Champion Woken and Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt versus the B Team.
I like Team Woken, which is what they should be called. I liked them a lot. I wasn't sure at first, but they made it work, and I'm glad they did.
I remember I was once they started the feud, I'm like, something's gonna happen. Matt's gonna be part of him, or they're gonna be part of it. They're gonna help each other out.
Yeah.
And they did.
Yeah, I think you did call it.
Yes, we can go back and listen to the episodes.
Okay.
There's fans have the legions of fans, the millions of the FHP fans,
all the full heels out there.
Yeah, all the full heels, all the healers, I don't know what we would call them. What would we call them?
The heels.
All the heels.
Yeah, because they're not faces.
Yeah, they're not faces.
They're with us.
All
they're
the donkeys, because I'm Donkeytron.
All the Monsoonanites.
All the Monsoonanites. all the Healerites. Brother.
I like the B Team. I like what they're doing with them.
Yeah.
Oh man, do you think they actually win the titles?
I like Woken too much that I don't think they should. But I like the B Team. But I like Team Woken. It's their new name, Team Woken. You got a point for that one.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
The show where the points don't matter.
I definitely think that if the B Team doesn't win, they should get a win down the line. They should really push them and make them a team of consequence. You know, a team that matters. I think Raw needs that more than SmackDown too.
And I think they deserve it though. Those two guys being sons of legends, and they're good workers, and they got over with the crowd. They've done it before. Remember when he used to dress up as Hogan, Axel, and then Bo Dallas with his.
That was kind of stupid, but you know,
I liked it.
I think what really got Axel over was that WrestleMania that when he never even got in. He's still in, by the way.
Was it in a Royal Rumble though?
Oh yeah, Royal Rumble, Axelmania. That's what I was. That's what I was getting confused with.
Well, that popularity carried it into Axelmania.
Wait, what?
I don't know. But I don't know if the B team is gonna win.
No, I think my official prediction is Team Hogan wins it, but the B team down the line will be the tag champions. That's my prediction.
SmackDown Women's Champion Carmella versus Asuka with James Ellsworth suspended above the ring in the shark cage. Again.
Oh, this match has fuckery all over it.
Lazy writing. We've seen the shark cage. We've seen Ellsworth.
Ellsworth is skinny enough to where he's probably gonna climb out of there and fuck with the match. You know what? I think that in his fuckery, as a swerve, he's gonna end up costing Carmella the championship. That's my official prediction.
He should. It'd be good because he gained her the championship. So
that's my official prediction. You know when they should have brought Ellsworth back. Braun should have brought him back as his tag team partner instead of that kid.
Yeah.
I think I even said that.
That would have made dude.
That would have been great.
Yeah.
Imagine the pop.
Yeah, and
they could have actually been tag team champions.
And then you have Ellsworth eventually lose it, and then you put him with Carmella again.
Yeah.
Instead of it, oh my God, these guys are dumb. See, Jesus?
Yeah, we should be ready.
Point Jesus right there.
There we go. Now I'm ahead. I've got like 3 points.
I haven't been giving myself points. They were in my head. I was like 100 ahead, bro. I just wasn't announcing them. I will though. Next time you come, I'm gonna announce them. But yeah, all right, I'll give it to you.
All right,
3-1 right now.
Yeah, there you go. You could still come back though.
Yeah, I could still come back, but that was a good point. They would have brought Ellsworth back for that tag team championship thing where they were searching for one.
Yeah,
would have made sense
instead of that kid.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Raw Women's Champion Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax. Man, I think we already touched on that.
Yeah, fuckery. Yeah. Some kind of fuckery in that match.
I think Alexa retains.
Yeah.
United States Champion Jeff Hardy versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
I really like the progression of this feud. Mm-hmm. Even though we've seen the match like what 2-3 times at this point.
Yeah. I'm still down with it.
Yeah, I'm still down with it.
Yeah, they put on good matches.
But after this, it should be over with. I think Nakamura wins it and wins the title. He should.
Yes, because then we would see Jeff Hardy versus AJ Styles, which would get a big pop, especially going into SummerSlam.
Oh yeah, that'd be huge.
Point me.
Point you. Point you. There you go. Yeah. It's been probably. I'm just gonna go on a limb here and round. But it's probably been a decade since we've seen Jeff Hardy in the main event in the WWE, in a main event scenario where he's going up for a title.
Well, he kind of blew it, right, when he got that opportunity in the beginning? By being a drug addict?
Timeline-wise, I don't really remember.
Didn't they give him a chance to, like... They put the strap on him, but then he was like...
I think that's what happened, and then they gave it to Punk.
He was druggy, yeah. And that's when they did the Money in the Bank thing right there. We just saw that. The Money in the Bank swerve.
That might have been after. That might have, because that was in 2009.
Yeah.
I think that was when he left. That was in 2010.
So we just saw what was considered the best Extreme Rules match. We don't have to get into it because we're already an hour and a half. But what match was that we were just talking about? The United States one. Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't see it on there. I was like, what?
To reiterate, Nakamura should win. That's my prediction.
I like that. Yeah, I like that.
Point me.
I'm not giving you a point.
Come on.
It's just a prediction, bro. Come on. What if he loses? And I give you a point?
Yeah.
He loses?
Yeah. I'll give you the point back if he loses.
All right. You guys keep score, whoever's listening to this. Intercontinental Champion Dolph Ziggler versus Seth Rollins in a 30-minute Iron Man match. Don't do an Iron Man match if it's not going to be an hour long, in my opinion.
I agree. Man, that would really elevate this match if it was an hour long.
Yeah.
It would give so much credibility.
So whoever racks up the most wins, right?
Yep. And in the span of 30 minutes, if
That's okay, I guess.
yeah, whoever gets the most wins in a span of 30 minutes is the winner. I can see it going to the 30 minutes with a draw, and then they go into like the sudden death thing that they did at WrestleMania 12.
That'd be pretty cool.
I can see that. But I do agree. That's a point for you. It should be 60 minutes. And it would elevate this match. Man, if they really wanted to shake things up, they could main event the pay-per-view with this match at 60 minutes. Point for me.
Yeah, I'll give you a point for that one.
Because that's a good idea.
Because not only is Seth pretty over with the crowd, Dolph Ziggler puts on a really good show. He's a really good wrestler, and I think he's not used as much as he should be. But he is damaged goods.
He is very much damaged goods.
He's very much damaged goods, and I think that's their fault.
Absolutely, that's their fault.
Not his.
They could have really...
He's not bad on the mic.
They could have pulled the trigger on Dolph a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know why they just never had the faith to do it. I don't know. Who do you think comes out in this match?
I think it's too early to take it off of Dolph. I want Seth to win, but look, we've seen crazier things happen, and they've taken the belt off of people pretty fast. But I think McIntyre does something to, because he's. So they had the match this past Tuesday, I think it was. No, Monday, where if McIntyre beat Seth, he was allowed at ringside, and if he lost, he was barred from ringside, and he won. So fuckery is going to ensue.
Yeah, I definitely want Dolph to come out of this as Intercontinental Champion. But if that's going to be the case, I think Seth should be elevated to maybe the main event picture and kind of start that world title chase again. Or the universal title chase.
You know what? That makes a lot of sense, because if they're going to get rid of Brock at SummerSlam, why not start the build-up now? Eventually Roman's going to have the title, and eventually they're going to want to do that match, Roman and Seth, for the WWE Championship.
Yeah.
So I definitely could see that build-up.
Yeah, and then you can even have Roman get his win back from that WrestleMania where Seth cashed in.
Yeah.
So the whole thing kind of writes itself there.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see Dolph taking it. It's like I said, it's still a little bit too early to take it off of him too.
I would make my prediction here to be Dolph.
Mm-hmm. Los Bludgeon Brothers, the tag team champions, versus Team Hell No. I think they're giddy, and I don't know, man. This one's a tough one, because the Bludgeon Brothers are kind of, they build them as powerhouses, but Team Hell No is very over with the crowd, and Daniel Bryan.
Well, the thing about Daniel Bryan is there's some backstage stuff going on with him.
Is that true? I've heard it. Like
that he wants to leave, and they're really fast tracking
his leaving.
They're fast tracking all of his feuds. So he's going. This is basically like the Daniel Bryan farewell tour. At least that's what I've heard. So they're putting him back together with Team Hell No. He's gonna have a match with The Miz, and then I think he's done. If he does decide to leave.
You think he does?
Maybe. But what I think is going to happen in this match is Kane is going to turn on Daniel Bryan, and they're going to build to a match with The Miz, because they're going to reveal that Kane was working with The Miz or something. That's my prediction. And I'm going to be goddamn surprised if that actually happens.
I can see The Miz interfering in this match.
That's essentially what my thing is, but through the means of Kane. Yep.
He's gonna unmask himself as Kane's overlord.
Yeah, he's gonna unmask himself, and it's gonna be The Miz this whole time.
He's gonna endorse the Miz, or he's gonna endorse.
Kane as the mayor of,
yeah.
of
You might be right, bro. You might be right.
I don't know, whatever, Tennessee.
Let's see. Roman Reigns, Bobby Lashley. I think we already touched on that.
Yep.
Bobby Lashley should win.
Yes. Lashley should win. This match should not be the main event, in my opinion.
On here, I guess it isn't, but people were complaining that it was.
Yeah, I mean, you remember the match with Joe and Roman? That was the main event, and that shouldn't have been the main event because it was a fairly standard match.
Yeah.
It was something you would see on Raw, and I have a feeling that this might not be all that different.
AJ Styles versus Rusev. What do you think about that?
I think it's going to be a really, really good match, but I think AJ is going to come out as the winner. I don't know why they won't push Rusev any more than any further than he's gotten. He's really over. The whole Rusev Day thing is over. I actually can't wait to see the entrance with Aiden English. Is that who it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually why couldn't I remember that?
I don't know.
Simon
Gotch, the other guy.
Oh yeah. Is it Gotch or English? I don't remember.
English is the one there. Gotch is the one that got left.
Okay.
They got taken out.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Aiden English.
Okay. I can't wait to see that entrance because he's really good with the entrances when he's singing to Rusev, and but I think ultimately AJ wins this one, retains.
AJ Styles? Yeah, I see that.
Retains, and then, man, crazy. But like you said, Hardy, Styles at SummerSlam.
Nice. That should happen. They should build something up to that. People want to see it.
Because who else?
Yeah.
Who else? And I think that's the only reason why they put Rusev in this match. Because who else?
Mm-hmm.
Who else do they have?
Yeah. And he's over.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's Extreme Rules, Juice.
Yep.
We've been doing it an hour and a half, an hour 36, almost an hour 40. I think we should wrap it up.
Yeah, man. It seems like we've been on here for forever.
I think it went by fast. I think we can keep going.
Really?
But yeah. I had fun. You did?
I had a ton of fun, man. I haven't really talked a whole lot of wrestling.
I think we keep
I'm
going.
a little rusty.
It's already an hour 40, so might as well cap it at that. I want to thank you for joining me. Any last words? Any final thoughts? Like those talk shows, anything like that?
Yeah, man. Let's keep Full Heel going.
I kept Full Heel going.
Well, let's keep it up, man.
For 2 years, bro.
Let's keep it up, man. No, I'm telling you, when my schedule is a little lighter, I want to come back.
I'll have you in a lot more.
Yeah, I want to come back. But right now it's not too bad.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's gonna get really bad, and then we're done. Then I can just come back and be on here.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been good,
It's been 2 weeks since you looked at me. Sorry.
It's been pretty good, being on here on and off for the last 2 years, and then hopefully I can come back full time, full
More
heel.
steady.
Yeah.
On a weekly basis.
Yep.
I'm still gonna do my results shows though.
Yeah.
It might be fight companions as well.
Yeah.
Which you're welcome to come, but you kind of don't watch fights, so I never really let you know.
Yeah. I got a couple of dwarfs.
Yeah, a couple of dwarfs. Please subscribe to the Full Heel Podcast on YouTube, on Podbean, on iTunes, on whatever platform you listen to us. Please subscribe. Give me a 5-star rating. Leave me a nice review. I'd really appreciate it. It keeps the show going, and it shows me that you guys are enjoying the show. Anything like that, when you guys share the show, when you guys like my posts, when you guys ask questions, when you guys comment, it really makes me happy because I know people are interacting and listening to the show. Because I take the show serious. Well, as serious as I can when I'm not getting paid, but
hey, man,
I like doing this.
If we can get enough of that, enough love.
Yeah. Well, that's all I want. Yeah.
We'll give love back.
Yeah.
Meaning we might give shit away.
Yeah.
I'd contribute to giving some shit away.
Yeah, I wanna order some shirts so I can give away some shirts, some FHP shirts, the ones I have.
The NWO style FHP.
Yeah.
That's sweet. That's a sweet shirt. I
I'm
actually wear that a lot.
Yeah, I wear it too. I got like 3 of them. But yeah, like I said, thanks a lot for joining me, Juice.
Yeah, man. Anytime.
I'll be seeing you a lot more, brother.
Yes, you will.
And the CIA's got you pushing too many pencils.
They actually do.
Yeah. So, like I said, thanks a lot for joining me. I'll see you guys next time on the Full Heel Podcast, brothers. I'll probably be talking about the results from UFC. I think it's a fight night on Saturday. I think it's going to be on FS1. Not exactly sure about that. It's going to be Dos Santos versus Ibaganov. He was a World Series of champion. And yeah, there's actually a lot of good fights on there. So I definitely check that out. I don't think I'm going to fight companion. No one's coming over. So I'll probably just watch that and then do a results show. Either right after or on Tuesday when I usually do them. So like I said, thanks a lot for joining me. I am your host, Donkeytron. I love you cocksuckers. I'll see you next time. Kaboof! Hold on. Hold the fuck on. Yo, listen. Yo, if I die, change my